Isn't it amazing what a night it's been? It's called long form radio. I just feel I've been talking to two dear friends. A quick Arizona update. I like to just kind of update stuff, as you know, James, that you won't read in the newspaper or on the evening news. Just a quick update. I've been in touch with Sheriff Mark Lamb daily, and just things that have not been in the press is number one. This primary on Tuesday. This is the Arizona Republican primary. It's Kari Lake versus Mark Lamb. Whoever wins this showdown on Tuesday will go up against the Marxist, pretends to be military hero Marxist, Ruben Gallego, and for what will be, I say, the 51st vote in the United States Senate. Okay, this is key, big deal. And they're, as you know, James, they're mirroring kind of mini races that are almost little existential races going on around the country. But that said, what you could not get up to this point, you could not get and still can't get are polling numbers. Everybody, the East Coast press for the most part has just said, has put Kari Lake as almost an automatic winner, Mark not even in the running, blah, blah. And I drilled down into one statistic I wanted to share with you and your people, just especially your Arizona guys. Those guys need to vote Mark Lamb. But here are the last numbers. There was the Lamb campaign did an internal poll, clinical internal poll of likely Arizona voters, Republicans, with one simple question: who will you vote for, Mark Lamb or Kari Lake? 4,000 sample, so that's a good one. That's a good sample. 4,000 sample, and results are basically, as far as what Mark said, is at worst 50-50 toss-up. It's 50-50 toss-up. And some demographics are leaning up to 63% Lamb. The two demos that Kari is really struggling in, Kari Lake, is the McCain Republicans, James. They loathe her. I mean, she kicked them out. She just broomed them. And also Kirsten Sinema Independents, powerful group, and they broke to Sheriff Lamb 2-1. I told Janelle Lamb, his wonderful wife, who Val knows, she had a wonderful soup Sunday with Janelle last month. I told her I'm all in for Mark. I'm picking him to win still. On Tuesday, the election's going to go down and on Wednesday, I told him on the 31st, I'm broadcasting, and I'm going to broadcast one of two things: a victory party for Sheriff Lamb in his Senate run, or a victory party for Sheriff Lamb finally being back in the private sector and free to do business with probably a 7 or 8 figure brand. So there you go. That's an update. I really want to bring people up to date on the polling numbers. There's other inside scoop and stuff. I just haven't heard good things about Kari Lake lately, being diplomatic. And also, she never gets back to me, which disappoints me. But that said, I encourage everybody to vote for Sheriff Lamb. I believe he's going to win. It's one of the most amazing grassroots campaigns I've ever seen. But in that update, and either back to you or Val, I know we're going to be wrapping up the show, but definitely like that.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in here. Greg, I'm not diplomatic. I think anybody who's listening from Arizona, get out and vote for Sheriff Lamb. Kari Lake recently apparently offered Mark Lamb if he would drop out of the race, to be Director of Homeland Security. Okay? Since when can Kari Lake make a call like that? And that is unacceptable as far as I'm concerned. And she accused someone else of trying to bribe her out of the race earlier this year. So that just gives you a little image into what's going on in that campaign. It's not good. I don't like it.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, I think that's an important part, Greg. We have to start talking about some of the reasons why.
Sure.
Being a news anchor versus someone who is more than skilled, had his life threatened on a daily basis,
sure.
Can stand up and fight for the community, not just be behind a screen.
Right.
Like, there's a big difference. There's a big difference. We have problems here at the border. He knows them firsthand.
Right.
I mean, I can't imagine how many times, he's been shot at. He doesn't talk about that kind of stuff. I really wish he would. I really wish he would give some of these, just how his career has set him up
Right.
to be in this role. He doesn't, he doesn't talk about that stuff enough.
Right.
He's very modest.
Right.
And I like that, but I think now it's crunch time. We've got someone who reads off a teleprompter versus someone who you can go anywhere in Arizona and you are going to hear how his policies have helped protect and save lives right here in Arizona. So there's just a big difference in these two candidates. So that's all I wanted to add.
I totally get it. And to lose my diplomacy a little bit, I've told, I think, the captain this, and I'm confident enough to confirm it, is I was really disappointed. You mentioned, Val, the phone call, the cell phone call between Jeff DeWitt, who's the president of the Arizona Republican Committee in Arizona, and he was the one, you remember, James, who was set up on that, or at least that cell call, where he was apparently bribing her to get out of the race. I'm confident enough to say that was actually a set-up call, a recording, and I was really disappointed. And I can confirm this. I'm still waiting. I've never heard back from Kari on this to confirm. But apparently, to tide her over, you know the world of consulting contracts, James, right? Consulting contracts and blah blah. $350,000 plus health coverage for her family, and I'm assuming to tide her over from the Senate loss to for the governorship loss to now, and that really disappoints me, because I was going to relay this to Father Mike, because he brought this up on the air. The entire world thought that this guy DeWitt was just a quote criminal, and this is a guy that kind of helped arrange a $350,000 contract in the past. Again, if that's wrong, I've tried to confirm it. I've got two sources who confirmed, and I shouted out to Kari Lake at least a week ago and stuff. Haven't heard back from her. But that really disappoints me, because that's the kind of thing we're talking about, James, is truth and transparency. It's just time to be transparent, truthful, across the board. And once again, go win ourselves an election in November and start fixing this mess. Back to you, James.